Giovanni and Stephen News, live.
Hi, my name is Steven.
And I'm Giovanni.
We are here with the Steven and Giovanni News Crew, live at the site of the Transcontinental Railroad.
It's May 10th, and the railroad has finally been completed.
The Union Pacific Company and the Central Pacific Company have been working on it since the 1850s.
The Union Pacific working westward from Omaha, Nebraska, and the Central Pacific working eastward from Sacramento, California.
Western mines operated far from the industrial centers of the East and Midwest.
Gold and silver had little value unless they could reach factories, ports, and markets.
For this reason, transportation played a vital role in the mining communities.
Wagon trains and stagecoaches lines could not move people and goods fast enough to meet these demands. Railroads could.
The Big Four were the chief entrepreneurs in building the Central Pacific Railroad.
The Central Pacific was planned by Theodore Judah, and the Big Four consists of Leland Stanford, the president of the Central Pacific, Cullis P. Huntington, the vice president, Mark Hopkins, the treasurer, Charles Crocker, the construction supervisor and president of Charles Crocker & Co., a CP subsidiary.
As for the Union Pacific Railroad, which is the largest railroad network in the U.S., William B. Ogden is the president. Railroad construction was possible by subsidies, financial aid, and land grants from the government.
The Union Pacific Company began laying tracks westward from Omaha, Nebraska, while the Central Pacific Company worked eastward from Sacramento, California.
Both companies worked fiercely, trying to cover a greater distance to receive more of the government subsidies.
Central Pacific hired 10,000 Chinese workers, while Union Pacific relied on Irish and African American workers.
The two sets of tracks met at Promontory Point in Utah Territory.
Leland Stanford officially joined the Central Pacific and Union Pacific Railroad.
The child of Davis Hughes, a San Francisco financier and contractor, linked the last spike of gold in the Transcontinental Railroad.
The Central Pacific covered 690 miles of railroad tracks, and the Union Pacific covered 1,057 miles of railroad tracks.
However, the Central Pacific Company covered harsher terrain.
Giovanni and Stephen News, live.